Hello, I'm Pam Franceschi, the Deputy Director of the Defense Finance and Accounting Service in Columbus, Ohio. I am honored to serve as the chair of the 2010 Central Ohio and West Virginia Area Combined Federal Campaign and energized by the theme, "The Difference is You." The need for support is so very great for all our communities right now. The Combined Federal Campaign, or CFC as we know it, gives us, as members of the military or federal civilian service, the chance to respond to needs within our communities, throughout our nation and around the world. In a time when unemployment teeters in the double digits, and we all know someone personally who has been affected by a loss of a job, cutbacks, or other types of financial challenges, we remind ourselves how blessed we are to have jobs. This is where our help in supporting the CFC comes in. We are able to make a difference. Federal employees have a long history of joining together to help those in distress, whether it's working to eradicate diseases like cancer, assisting the victims of natural disasters, or easing the burdens of economic misfortune. Federal employees have always shown an outpouring of support for those who need assistance. This year's theme, "The Difference is You," encourages us to focus efforts on what we can do personally to create a better future for others with greater needs. The Central Ohio and West Virginia CFC has over 24,000 eligible civilian and military personnel across 33 counties. Because of people like you, our campaign is one of the top campaigns nationally. Last year, we collected nearly $2 million. As this year's chair, I would like to encourage each of you to continue this legacy of generosity. It is only through your gracious giving that thousands of lives will be improved. In the next few minutes, you will watch testimonials of local federal employees who have been involved with CFC in various ways. As you listen to their stories, I hope you not only realize their resolve in continuing to serve their country through difficult situations, but also that CFC-supported agencies can touch any one of us at any time.
My name is Vicki Diggs, and I served as the Defense Supply Center Columbus Loan Executive for the 2008 Combined Federal Campaign. It was one of the highlights and most rewarding experiences of my career. It afforded me the opportunity to participate in the campaign in a totally different aspect. There were 3 other loan executive, or LEs, from various agencies, which included the Post Office, Defense Finance and Accounting Service, and Social Security Administration, that I had the opportunity to work with and learn from. When I served as the LE, I became the focal point for many federal agencies. DSCC was my home agency, but I was also responsible for approximately 45 other federal agencies, both civilian and military. I was able to visit quite a few of the charities that participated in the 2008 campaign. Not knowing very much about these agencies, I found it to be a wonderful tool to direct someone in need that might actually benefit from the services that some of these agencies provided. Before I served in this capacity, I had no idea what to tell someone or where to direct them for assistance to obtain the services needed. Although there were over 1,800 agencies that participated, I did learn that each and every one of them had to be approved before participating in the campaign, which actually eased my mind about giving to them. During my LE service, I met some of the most phenomenal people. It made me appreciate even more the importance of giving. The CFC campaign is the only sanctioned charitable event authorized by OPM that offers us the opportunity to give back. Some of the duties as the loan executive included joining the community in charitable acts like painting a map for the children at their elementary school on their playground, and delivering meals to the elderly who might not eat otherwise. It became apparent to me that when we became excited about the campaign and its importance to those in need, not just financially, but emotionally as well, that excitement would spread. I'm still excited and hope to serve as Ellie again in the future. I am looking forward to another rewarding and successful campaign season. My motto then and now is, participating in the CFC is strictly voluntary, but giving is priceless.
Hi, I'm Todd Hall, and this is my wife Mary Rose and my son Brendan. On March 10th of this year, after many hours of hard labor, our son was born. We were so happy, but a few hours later, the doctor informed us that he had an enlarged heart, needed to be transferred to our hospital for critical infant care. I drove back and forth between the hospital where my wife and son were both patients. Once my wife was out of the hospital, we went to the hospital to be with our son. It was explained to us that due to our son having multiple health problems, he was going to be in the hospital for some time. We had to plan for daily driving to the hospital, which was an hour away from our home, in order to be with our son. Someone mentioned to my wife and I about a charity called the Ronald McDonald House, which would be a benefit to us. We had heard of the charity, but never needing assistance previously, we did not realize the benefits we would soon receive from perfect strangers. I can tell you that most people do not realize the importance of a charity until a time of crisis. The staff and the volunteers at Ronald McDonald House were very helpful to my wife and I during a time that we needed help the most. Because of the charity, my wife and I had a beautiful place to stay while our son was having multiple major and minor surgeries at the hospital. Basically, the charity offered time, convenience, and gave us the freedom to be with our son. All the volunteers that worked there were very nice and helpful. Outside organizations came in and fixed meals for everyone who was staying there. Although Brendan remained in the hospital approximately 6 weeks, he continues to recover at home. He is receiving positive reports from medical personnel responsible for his care. His daily smiles give light to our lives, and we are truly blessed. Yes, I would encourage donating to a charity during the CFC campaign because I have seen what it has done for me and others in similar situations.
My name is Barry Roberts. I started working in the federal system in the mid-90s right out of college. I had no money, of course, and a big student loan to pay off. At the time, I just signed my first independent lease on an apartment, had no furniture other than a lamp, a pillow, and some blankets, and I just bought an old beat-up car to get me around Detroit. My fiancée was not impressed when she came to visit me from Ohio. A couple months after starting my job, I was offered the chance to donate to the combined federal campaign. I read over the CFC information and really liked the idea I could pick my own charities. Although I knew I couldn't give much, I thought it was important to participate, so I signed up to donate $2 per pay, figuring I'd never miss it. I now have 15 years of federal service, and in keeping with this tradition, I've stuck with this same philosophy and continued to give an additional $2 per pay each year. When viewed from a biweekly perspective, the extra $2 has never seemed like a burden. But from a yearly perspective, I'm now making a fairly substantial contribution to the CFC, to the charities of my choice, and much needed community services are happening because of my contribution. As a bonus, I get a decent tax deduction at the end of each year. My message is very simple. There is tremendous need in these difficult times. The CFC is a great way to make a difference. Participation is easy through payroll deduction, and every little bit counts.
I want to thank each one of you in advance for supporting the combined federal campaign. Albert Einstein said, "The value of a man resides in what he gives and not in what he is capable of receiving." In closing, I want to remind you, you can make a difference. Thank you.